under the same moon, we share the love. Embracing the differences like hand in glove. Spreading peace and joy, it's a beautiful sight. Together we shine in each other's light. And now do we stand in love's pure might. Watching the world share in love and light. Hearts beating as one in our peaceful flight. Colors of harmony painting the night. Now do we stand in love's pure might.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Watching the World. Right now, tonight, the world is at a boiling point and things are out of control. And we're trying to figure out a way to move forward in peace and some sort of unity, but it's quite hard. Tonight, we have with us a person that's celebrating her birthday, the birthday of all birthdays. We have with us tonight none other than Mama Flips, and we are so excited to bring her in and give her the biggest happy birthday on the planet. How are you? How the hell are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You see,
Happy birthday to you.
thank you.
Happy birthday to you. And I
Thank
know a
you.
lot of people in the audience are singing happy birthday too.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for everybody who wants to celebrate with me. Thank you so much.
You look like you're getting younger.
Oh yes, definitely. Yes, I
Okay.
say that. Yes, yes. I
Good,
love
good, good,
that.
good vibes, good vibes. Awesome. Awesome. My birthday's coming up too.
Yes, when?
We're right, tip for tap. But
Okay.
today,
We gotta
today
find
is
out.
your day. I don't want to take away from your shine. Today is your
Okay.
day.
I gotta find out. I gotta find out. Okay, I'll find out. Okay. All right.
But I'm February the 9th, but we're both Aquarius.
We
That's
both
that's
Aquarius. Wow.
hmm,
That's
that's
why we get
interesting, right?
along.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you have way more. I'm more of the low key. You have more of the energy.
I'm
That's
totally
why we make a great team because you
exactly.
you fill in the blanks. That's awesome. All right, so where did we begin? I'll let you pick on your birthday. You want to talk about Luigi? Somebody tried to get him out of jail pretending to be a Fed, and now this person's in the Fed. Or what about down in Fulton County?
Wow.
Donald Trump is pulling out all stops to try to get back at what is her name? Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade,
Wow. In Georgia?
right? Yeah,
Wow.
down in Georgia. So how about this? How about we start there? We do have a lot of people here tonight from Venezuela, so I want to make sure we give them some of the points that we went to court on Maduro, both of you and I together. So let's give them a good serving of what we saw and heard there. But let's start off here. I want to show you something.
Okay.
Serving a criminal search warrant.
And who's the defendant?
And the criminal search warrant
Let's see.
sealed.
Right.
So
we
we
go.
don't even know who the target of the investigation is. This is nothing but sowing the seeds of distrust, right? This is a full frontal attack on democracy. This is a code red in America, in Fulton County. We've seen it in Minneapolis, and now we're seeing it here in Fulton County. We must do everything that we can to protect the right to vote. These records are under seal. Judge McBurney has not issued an order opening these records or allowing these records to be viewed by the government. And until and unless he enters such an order, these records should not be seen.
So we know what happened as far as Donald Trump. Fannie Willis brought on those major charges
Yep.
in regards to the election and so forth, right?
Yes. A lot
Do
of
you
people were
think the tables have turned because they're basically saying there is someone sitting in that seat as the defendant, but it's sealed, and so they don't know who the defendant is? What do you think about this?
so you're saying that DOJ has brought charges against someone and it's on the unidentified person. So
Yes, it's sealed.
is Donald Trump DOJ, right?
Right.
Probably Fannie Willis. He just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it. We just bidding our time until the transition, because he just wants to. What happened with Trump is that Trump has a big ego. The fact is, he's trying to reverse all of the crimes that he committed, or he's trying to change history, because history means a lot to a lot of people. Like the steps that that you walk on this earth, right? Hello, Kyle. The steps that you walk on this earth, right? He wants the history books to show that everything against him was wrong. Anything that has anything to do with him, the fact that he had he with Giuliani and with several other far right MAGA members tried to steal the election, and also attacked two voter volunteers, right? It's a whole conspiracy. It's not even conspiracy. It's the receipts that he tried to steal the election in Georgia, right? We all know this. We saw the receipts. We saw how they harassed the two ladies that was actually the volunteer. We know this, right? There was a case. It was dropped because he became president again, whatever. But the fact is that everybody who had a case against Donald Trump, he's trying to reverse it. And not only he's trying to reverse it, he's actually trying to make them the criminal. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to make them the criminal. So he's going to try to make Fannie the criminal. He's going to try to make Jack Smith the criminal. He's going to try Letitia James the criminal. He's going to try to make everyone who had a legitimate case against him the criminal. So he thinks that we, as a whole, is going to forget that he's a criming president. And that's what he is. He's a felon. So he's trying to throw it on other people. So we'll see what he gets up with. He did win. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know how to shut up and win. That's the problem with Trump. He doesn't know how to shut up and win, because he won, right? He didn't go to jail, right? A lot of the judges has dropped the case. They took Fannie from the case, right? He exposed her alleged illicit relationship with Nathan, right? And she was taken from the case, and now they're going to drop it. So he can't win. He doesn't want to shut up and win. Right? He wants everything to be removed from the history records, like as if he's innocent, and he's not. He's a criminal. And no matter what he does after the fact, he will always be a criminal. So I can't wait to see once they undisclose and see who he has indicted. I can't wait.
Okay. I want to show you their response. These are the powers that be down in Fulton County. I'm going to show you.
Seen or viewed by anyone. And so we're thankful to have our partners here from the state standing with us, because this again is a full frontal attack on democracy. And certainly,
you know what? I mean, let me just say that we are going to if there's a question of are we going to take all legal action to make sure that this, what I consider to be an assault on voters. This is an assault on your vote. So I think that, Marvin is an attorney, I'm an attorney. We are all trying to figure out what to do about this. But what we know is that does not even matter. We know in America right now, it does not even matter if what you are saying is the right thing. If our president wants to bring in the forces, he will, and he has. And so it's in Fulton County now. So we have to protect. You need to go to your voter page, make sure that you are still registered to vote. You need to check every week. You need to be unafraid of these scare tactics, and you need to go out there and vote. Because what they're mostly afraid of is that you will vote them out. That is what they are afraid of. Because midterm elections are going to be a course correction in this country.
Do you think they have enough power to push back on Trump?
I mean, black people have enough power to do whatever the hell we want to do. So what we're doing is that they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. They said that we're waiting to see what comes in. They're warning folks, like they're coming after your votes and stuff like that. And what we're doing is surviving. And Fulton County is going to survive too. They're going to survive this, just like all the rest of us. He's trying to change history. He's trying to steal the votes. He's trying to remove people because he doesn't want Georgia to turn blue and stuff like that. So just like all of us black folks, we only coming after you when you come after us. Other than that, leave us alone. But he doesn't want to leave us alone. He's he's a child. He's a child, right? And him and the DOJ is a child, and all of this is going to be reversed at the end of the day. I promise you. We're going to be having a lot of people that's talking mad crap now, crying in about 4 to 8 years. Everything that he's doing now is going to be reversed, and he's going to be an embarrassment in the history books. This is just one more thing that Fulton County had to deal with. They already had they had every single MAGA in the world come and count their votes over and over again. I've never seen so many votes get counted. And each time, everybody who came there said that the votes were the votes. The fact is Giuliani is in bankruptcy or alleged bankruptcy. I'm sure Trump is paying on the table to keep him alive. I don't know if did he get to keep the car that they were trying to take away from him so he could pay the two ladies that he defamed. You understand what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah.
So everybody who was impacted by Fulton, he's trying to do a reversal. But at the end of the day, he's a child. He's a kid. He doesn't know how to act. He doesn't know how to win silently and move on. He just want to keep picking. But Fulton County is going to be fine. Whoever get in, whatever happens in Fulton, they're going to be fine.
Do you think there's a good chance that Fannie Willis might end up in jail?
I don't think there's a good chance that Fannie Willis is going to wind up in jail, because what I'm saying is these fools don't understand is that there is 12 jurors. That's the United States of America. Everybody is being brought on court. Either the judges stopping the Trump administration, or the lawyers are stopping the Trump administration, or the prosecutor, or the jurors are going to stop it. They're going to have to find 12 people in Fulton County, because her lawyers is not going to accept extradition. I mean, to go to another area for the trial. They're going to have to find 12 super uber white MAGA haters to be in a juror, right? I don't think that's possible. So at the end of the day, the best they probably have is a hanged jury. Anybody that is deemed a hero in Fulton County in Georgia that's against Donald Trump, he's going to find it hard. He's going to wreck their nerve. He's going to make them pay. I hope that hopefully she has enough money to pay for a good lawyer, or the very expensive, high credible lawyers will defend her. But at the end of the day, we'll see what happened. The thing is, and then all she has to do is delay. Let's just say that they have the MAGA-loving judge and the MAGA-loving prosecutor, and everybody's in one page. All she has to do is delay for 4 years. The man ain't going to live forever. The man is not going to live forever. This is what everybody don't understand. Everybody keep counting the days for Biden. I know y'all counting the day for Biden to say bye-bye. A lot of people are counting the day for Trump too to say bye-bye. He's not going to live forever. And the moment he gone is the moment we will be back. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, so whatever he does, we're going to survive it. That's what I meant to say. We all going to survive what's going to happen.
Right. Now, there's been several cases where Donald Trump had individuals take him to court, file charges against him, and we've seen them take on charges recently. You see Letitia James, James Comey, John Bolton, and now you see Fulton County. Donald Trump often says he knows nothing about it. He read about it or he saw it in the news. But do you think he's really calling the shots on these, what they're calling retribution?
Of course, the man has a list. I'm sure he has a wall somewhere. He has one of those big walls where he write people's names down, and he put everybody's name with his little scratchy chicken hand scratches, and then he's just going straight down the line of who's going to get. I care about everybody except for James Comey. I don't give a damn about James Comey. James Comey is the one. It's because of James Comey that we have Trump. Because if James Comey did not come out right before the damn election, right, and disrespected DOJ policies and procedures, which say you are not supposed to bring a case or investigation or anything prior to the election that may influence the election. If he didn't do what he did with Hillary Clinton, then we won't have Trump now. So anything Trump does to James Comey, I'm good for. I can't wait to see. I hope he go to trial with James Comey. I'm kind of sorry that they didn't pursue the case, but we'll see. Tish James, though, you don't want to play with Tish. Tish, my girl. I met Tish and I know people hate when I say that, but it's really legit. I met and spoken to these people in person. Tish don't play around with no one. Do you understand what I'm saying? She's one of the most intelligent, educated, strong black women. You don't want to mess with Tish. And Tish is her. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not worried so much about Tish, but I hope James Comey has to go to jail. Not go to jail. I wouldn't push it that far. I'm not that mad at him. I don't want him to be found guilty, but I hope he has to go through some things because he put Trump there. That was Trump boy. You know what I'm saying? But like I said already, the judges, prosecutors, people are quitting. Investigators are quitting. A lot of people are leaving because they don't agree with what he is doing. And he's putting the most incompetent people in charge of these cases. You understand what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see. But at the end, we're going to have our day. We're going to have our day. I promise you. She just have to delay and stuff like that. And let's see if he could get a 12-person jury of MAGA-loving supporters to find her guilty. We'll see.
All right, very good. So now we're going to take a look and see what's happening in regards to this sad event that happened with Alex Brady out in Minnesota. Let's check out some of the video here.
Alleged CEO killer Luigi Mangione, and it involves a failed jailbreak.
Yep.
Well, hold on. I guess this is the wrong video. So at any rate, someone tried to break him out. We'll just deal with Luigi right now. Someone tried to break him out today. Let's check it out.
Okay. Police say a man pretended to be a federal agent showed up at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, where Mangione is being housed, and asked guards to release Mangione into his custody.
Police say obviously the plan did not work, and now that suspect is also behind bars. ABC's Aaron Katersky here live with what we know so far about the suspect and the plan behind it.
It was just crazy. It is crazy because it was about 7 o'clock, a little before last night. Guy shows up at MDC in Brooklyn named Mark Anderson. He's claiming to be an FBI agent with court authorization to spring Mangione from behind bars. According to the criminal complaint, he told the Bureau of Prisons guards he had paperwork signed by a judge. The guards asked for identification, and that's when prosecutors say he showed only a Minnesota driver's license and threw a bunch of papers. And the FBI said those were just filings from a lawsuit against the Justice Department. Anderson claimed he had weapons in his bag, but a search turned up only a barbecue fork and a pizza cutter that you see there. He's charged with impersonating a federal agent and should be in front of a federal magistrate in Brooklyn about now. Anderson came to New York apparently for a job interview that didn't work out. He's been working at a local pizzeria. There's no indication that Anderson and Mangione knew each other. However, depending on what happens in court today, it is possible, guys, they will both be spending time at MDC.
Just so bizarre, and no idea why he did this at all at this point.
No motive, no indication he knew him, though we know Mangione's case has drawn its followers.
And he is back in federal court tomorrow for a very big decision, right, Mangione?
It is possible the federal judge is going to decide, Liz, whether Mangione could still face the death penalty if he's convicted of federal charges related to the killing of Brian Thompson. If he is death eligible in the eyes of the judge, his trial could start January. If she takes the death penalty off the table, the federal trial could start in October.
And that decision could really have an impact on the state trial as well.
All right, so tomorrow's the big day to find out in regards to the federal case. I remember that it would be January the 29th. So what do you think about that? Some random guy just tried to get him out of jail.
You mean the 30th? Is she going to make the decision tomorrow? Because today's the 29th.
Okay, must be the 30th, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm sorry, what were you saying? Oh, before you continue, Trump is not God, people. Trump is not God. He's not Jesus Christ. He's nothing like that. Y'all should be ashamed to be equating this fraudster, this criminal, this ex-predator to God and Jesus Christ. Amen. Go ahead, Mel. You were saying. Yeah.
So what do you think about this gentleman or person trying to get him out of jail?
I was concerned because they said that he had a fork or a pick or something like that. I hope that he didn't try to go there and actually get him out and do him harm. You understand what I'm saying? But it's insanity. Obviously, the man is having a mental breakdown, and he felt that he was going to come in there and get him out. There's no way he knew legitimately it was going to happen. He didn't have court papers. He didn't have proper ID. He just had a driver's license. Come on. He just was having a mental health day, and then he just went there and just tried something elaborate and crazy and for Cocoa Puffs. With that said, a lot of people love Luigi. A lot of people love Luigi. When we were in court, we saw fans there. We saw people that came there to support him. We saw young ladies. We saw a couple of gentlemen that come to support him, because some people really think that he's a hero. Like, they think he's a hero because of the fact that a lot of people is very upset about how expensive our healthcare coverage is. You understand what I'm saying? They see Congress and the current administration is not doing anything to help medical bills and to help people who actually really need to be covered. And they're very upset with the fact that a lot of their the services that they need, the operations being denied. I mentioned before, and I'll mention again, that I have to get I think it's an ink MRI, because there's two. There's a MRI and there's an ink MRI to see what's going on with a procedure that I need. I was denied 3 times, including the fact that the doctor wanted to have a doctor to, apparently once this get denied, the highest conference is doctor to doctor. Like, you're supposed to speak to another doctor under the healthcare coverage. Under the healthcare, the healthcare insurance has a doctor to doctor, where you speak about the procedure and you try to get additional approval, explain why the procedure is needed. I was denied 3 times. I haven't gone back to ask for it again, but I just find it ridiculous. And I worked in the city for 32 years. So I've literally put so much time and energy into my healthcare coverage, and I'm being denied for something that is needed. So it's things like that people are pissed off about. The cost, prescription costs, denial of healthcare. It doesn't justify, if Luigi unalived, if he's the right person that unalived Mr. Thompson, right? Then yes. Then that wasn't. It's not justified. There's no justification. I'm not justifying the unaliving of anybody. No matter what your job, what's your opinion, what's your thoughts, you didn't bring a person in this world, you can't take them out, period. I stand very strong with nonviolence, right? But and there's no but about it. I want to put a period to that. I stand with nonviolence. There are a lot of people that disagree, and there are a lot of people that disagree with what the healthcare coverage, the healthcare community is doing, and they see what Luigi has done is like a hero. So yeah. And he's non-threatened. I tell people all the time, he's non-threatened. I've been in jail. I've been in court with him all the time. He looked like just a nice guy, like a nice kid that comes in, sit down, do what they say, speak, smile, and he get up and go. The energy I felt versus going to Diddy trial versus going to this guy is like the completely opposite. So if he expressed himself and I don't even know him as just a regular, nice guy, just by seeing him, imagine what he could do in court. It's gonna be nuts.
All right. So let's move on and talk about what's happening in Minnesota. I know everybody wants to hear your viewpoint on this.
Video of ICU nurse Alex Preddy days before he was shot by 2 agents in Minneapolis, fueling new debate. In it, you see Preddy in a previous confrontation with ICE. Now, for the first time, we're hearing from a witness who was there.
It's the new video of Alex Preddy sparking intense debate today. It was recorded 11 days before he was shot to death, and it shows the nurse yelling expletives at ICE agents. He's also spitting at their vehicles. Then he kicks an SUV, breaking the taillight. The agents jump out and swarm Preddy, but after a brief scuffle, they let him go. He reportedly suffered a broken rib in the confrontation. And look, there's a gun tucked inside his waistband.
You okay? You okay? I'm okay.
This angle of the confrontation was shot by Minneapolis tax attorney Max Shapiro. He says he pulled out his cell phone just as Preddy was tackled.
You can see that I approached him while I was...
So people are saying that this guy was unhinged. What do you think about that?
So the guy, just to make sure, because I haven't seen it. So you're telling me that the person that is kicking the car, right? Prior, that is Alex. Is Alex?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. So what about? This is my first time seeing it. So he kicked the car. What was the reason? What was the full video? What did he kick the car? He just approached the car and just kick it?
The video doesn't show what's previous to that, what
That's the
set off
thing. And it's frustrating because that's what they do to us, right? Whenever the police officers or officers unalive someone, right? And we try to we have a conversation about how unfair it is. Everybody says, where's the rest of the video? So I need to see the rest of the video in order to comment. Like what happened beforehand? Did he just walk up and kick the car? What happened beforehand?
Yeah, they don't show what caused him
There's not much to say.
spit.
And not much to say. So if everybody want to choose this as a point of why he was unalive, what 3 weeks later? Is that what we're saying? When did that happen? 3 weeks before he was unalive?
11
right?
days, roughly.
11 days
two.
before.
Yeah.
And they said that they tackled him and his ribs was bruised, right? That's what they said. So if he kicked the car and they tackled him and bruised his rib, right, that day, right, then why did it take 11 days later when he was peacefully, right, filming them? Okay, he didn't have a pew-pew. I would want to know if he had a pew-pew that day when they tackled him and he kicked the car. Right?
Yeah, he did. They show it in the video. I can show it.
So he had a pew. So he kicked the car. He had a pew-pew. Okay, he had a pew-pew. They tackled him, right? But they didn't unalive him that day, 11 days before, right? They didn't unalive him 11 days before.
Right, there's his gun right there.
So what happened? They got pissed off and they decided to 11 days later, when we see this guy, we're gonna target the guy, even though he's standing back there peacefully. He didn't kick the car that day, did he? He didn't kick the car that day. He didn't approach them that day. He stepped back. They didn't even come after him. Now, I might just be a conspiracy nut and say, oh, they deliberately attacked the woman next to him so that he could react, so they could beat him up, and so they could unalive him, so that, I didn't know it was premeditated. I didn't know it was premeditated. Thank you for the video. So now it's premeditated. So now they should get instead of getting they should get charged with not even attempted first degree. All 7 of them that did it should be charged with first degree, because this is premeditated to me. It looked like premeditated to me. It's because some people were coming like, oh, they didn't. It was unintentional. They were doing their job. They feared for their safety. They saw him with a pew-pew. You mean to tell me 11 days before, you knew who he was? He clearly carries, right? Obviously they must have checked him and made sure that he had legitimate reason, or he had a license to carry, or they would have had him in jail, right? So you guys created this whole scenario so you could unalive him because you were pissed off at what he did 11 years ago. Premeditated to me. It's premeditated to me. Yep, this is what I'm seeing.
What do you say? What do you say for the people that says it shows a pattern with him, that he really had it out for ICE and basically he got what he was looking for?
That's exactly what they're saying, and that's exactly what they did. Do you understand what I'm saying? I disagree 100%, because if he did something to them 11 days before, right? They videotape, they get their name, they get the addresses, they get their location. They know everyone. We all know that ICE is keeping a list, right? So if they kept a list of him, they know his name, they know his whereabouts, right? Then what's going to happen is that they are going to target him. And the fact is that he did nothing that day. Nothing. It doesn't matter what he did 11 years ago. That day, he did nothing. He stood there with a camera and he was filming them. If they wanted to unalive him 11 days before, you guys may have had a better argument, because he actually kicked the car, which does not give anybody excuse to unalive him, by the way. Kicking a car does not allow somebody to unalive somebody and put 7 pew-pews in their back. First of all, they're cowards. They're snakes, right? They're cowards, because back in the days when your Papa and Mama, you ran over the United States of America from England. Everybody used to face each other before they actually do pew-pew. Anybody who pew-pew somebody in their back was called a coward and a snake. And that's what they are, period. But let's get back to the story. If they had allegedly unalived him the 11th day before, people would have probably been able to say, oh, you know, it's because it's like Renee Nicole Good. She did something with the car by him kicking the car. It was intentional to hurt 7 ICE that was inside the car, and they had to take him out. If they would have had an excuse then. We're talking about 11 days later. He's standing there silently, and he's holding a phone. You see what I'm saying? So they shouldn't have unalived them. That's my opinion.
Wow.
I think they're cowards. I think they're snake, and I think that we should bring them all up on charges. You notice how they're not showing their faces. You know how they're not proudly just. Apparently, I heard they were giving each other high. You know, clapping. You know, giving themselves high five. I can't wait. I can't wait to get all the devices. I can't wait because you see, no matter what they do, internet is forever, right? They could get single, they could get WhatsApp, they could get they could get your text, your phone call, they could get everything. And also, cowards. You have family members around you that don't like what you did. So you need to get together with your loved one and your family. Y'all need to move to Mar-a-Lago with Donald Trump so he can protect y'all. Because I promise y'all that this is not over. They're going to identify everybody that was involved in that, and they're going to be brought up on charges. And here's another thing I want everybody to think about. Donald Trump is not everybody's hero. Donald Trump cares about himself, right? So once he realized that the MAGA community, some of them, not all of them, because a lot of y'all love Donald Trump and y'all going to fall in line with everything he say. But once he realized that MAGA community start identifying with these people that's being unalived, because you have to understand, us black folks, we stay in our asses home. We minding our business overall, because this ain't our fight. You understand what I'm saying? We told y'all to vote for Kamala. You said no. So we mind our business. We care. Don't get me wrong. I care. I'm very upset about Renee Nicole, and I'm very upset about Alex. I've been talking about it all week, cussing people out and everything, because I thought he should not have been on the live. But at the end of the day, MAGA brothers and sisters going to look around and be like, wait a minute. He's unaliving us. He's unaliving white tea people. He's unaliving somebody that could have been my brother, my cousin, my boyfriend, my wife. We're not going to accept that. Once he starts realizing, and I think that's what he's realizing now, because they're going to continue to unalive y'all. You see, because this is what I was arguing on on TikTok about, because I was having arguments with MAGA watchers and stuff like that. And the sentiment is like, they don't care what happened when they don't care about what happened to Alice. It's up to them. They shouldn't have been there, blah, 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 blah. Especially they talk about Alice, who is a legal license to carry. That one, I don't know how they created a pretzel behind that story, because we all know that everybody loved Kyle Rittenhouse, who came 3 states. He don't even live in the area. 17 years old, unlawfully carry, a mentally ill teenager, right? Unalived 2 Black Lives Matter protesters and injured 1. You understand what I said? He's nothing but a mentally ill, and he'll stay that way for the rest of his life. You understand? Nobody had a problem with him. But now they're trying to twist and turn and figure out a way how to explain why Alex should not have been carrying when they approved everything that Kyle Rittenhouse did, right? The NRA is pissed off right now, because the NRA, you know, the NRA is not playing, National Rifle Association. I've done this work for 12 years with pew violence. I know all the rules and laws, open carry, stand your ground, all of that. Doctrine and stuff like that. I know all of the laws and rules. So now they're trying to figure out, because the NRA pays a large amount of funding to these Republican politicians. So now you're telling us now, after Kyle Rittenhouse, after NRA wants everybody to have constitutional carry, that means no license, no age. You could be blind and carry. You could be no hearing and carry. Now you're trying to tell me that YT guy wasn't supposed to carry? Oh, it's a mess now. So once Donald Trump wake up to the story, because he's waking up little by little, that this is not a good look, and they're going to unalive more YT people, because again, Black folks are staying home. So you can't take us out. So you're going to have to unalive more YT people. He going to be like, yo, this shit gonna have to stop, because this is not making me look good. Donald Trump don't care about y'all. So we'll see. I think more people is going to be unalived.
So Nick Shirley was the one that brought a lot of attention to what happened with the Somalians and fraud out in Minnesota. Yes. How is it that they sent more ICE out for the Somalians, but you end up having 2 white people unalived or killed?
Because this is I try to explain it and people is not listening. What happened was, and there's a story, and I still didn't get her name. I wish I could find her name. I spoke about her on one of my live. One of the moms explained to everyone exactly what happened in Minnesota, right? What happened in Minnesota is that because there were so many ICE agents in the area, they were using pepper spray, right? Apparently they were chasing someone, or they were alleging or targeting someone over there, and they were spraying pepper spray. The pepper spray was going to the kids' school, kindergarten, daycare centers, high school. So the parents the residents became concerned. It was like, why are you spraying pepper spray near my daughter's daycare center? That's when they decide, because they started complaining. They're not getting help from the police over there or the sheriff office. They're not. A lot of them are MAGA loving supporters also. So they decided, like, look, I'm not going to have you guys continue to spray and harm my children. I don't know what these chemicals are doing to my child. So they all decide, neighborhood by neighborhood, that we're going to observe, because apparently the sheriff don't want to do nothing. The administration doesn't want to do nothing. Media is not really covering. Black folks are staying home. So they're like, okay, we're going to start covering. And that's how they started covering it. So the more YT people that's covering it, the more people are getting more and more angry, and they're interacting with ICE and calling them the name. And also ICE is butthurt, excuse my language, TikTok, because they're not getting the service. They're getting kicked out of restaurants and stuff like that. So the person they could express their anger to is the people that's out there that's fighting, right? And the people that's fighting, and they're fighting peacefully, which is their First Amendment right to do. You understand what I'm saying? So the ones that they're going to unalive is people that's there. And they're going to continue to unalive more people. This is not the first or second time. This is what we Black folks been telling you for years. How many Black unarmed people has to be unalive for you guys to pay attention, right? Thousands, hundreds of thousands for you guys to pay attention. But you guys are paying attention now because 2 was unalive, unjustly unalive. You understand? And more is going to be unalive. Y'all mark my word. More of them is going to be unalive. Y'all gonna feel it, because it's going to hit one of your peoples. I promise you it's going to hit one of your peoples, because ICE is not going to be only in Minnesota. Now they're going to California and everything like that. And after they hit all the blue states, right? Let's get this straight. After they hit all the blue states and empty all the illegal Americans, because that's what they're putting into detention hall, not immigrants, illegal Americans, right? They're going to eventually have to make up the numbers, because there's not going to be anybody else to chase. So that's when they're going to go to the red states, right? And let me tell you what's going to happen in the red states. You see, I met a lot of you guys. I met a lot of the MAGA men, MAGA women. You guys have big mouths, big egos, just like the rest of us. You're not going to like a Latino or a Black ICE agent telling y'all shit. They're going to come to your window. Are you an American? And you guys, and I'm talking about my MAGA brothers and sisters with your Southern accents, like, boy, don't be asking me no damn questions. Am I American? I have a right not to answer the question. Who the heck you think you are? And what happens next is going to happen next. And once they hit 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 white tea people in the red states, yeah, it's going to be something. It's going to be something. I promise you it's going to happen. And then they talk about trying to run into people's houses. They're giving permission to run into people's houses without warrants. Y'all know, my brothers and sisters, y'all know, boy, how many times they people unalive people from knocking on their door? That mother who went to talk to the white tea woman because she disrespected her children, she unalive. And what about the one that that young kid that was delivering? You guys think that you guys are going to sit around and let these people come into your houses? And it's so funny that everybody, oh, we're going to talk to them and we're going to explain to them. We're going to let them know we support them. It's 3 seconds, 3 to 6 seconds. They ain't going to give a damn whether you support them or not. Look at what happened with Nay Good. She said, dude, it's okay. I'm all good. And they unlived her anyway. They're going to, trust me, they're going to take your guys out. And then when they take you guys out, or you're going to take them out, I promise you. Then y'all going to start having a conversation. And then Donald Trump is going to be pressured some more. And he's going to be like, oh, yeah, this ain't going to work. This ain't going to work. Yeah, it's going to happen. Mark my words. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's finish off this video.
Tucked inside his waistband.
You okay? You okay? I'm okay. I'm okay.
This angle of the confrontation was shot by Minneapolis tax attorney Max Shapiro. He says he pulled out his cell phone just as Preddy was tackled.
You can see that I approached him while I was still taking video. In one hand, I have the video. In the other hand, I'm hugging him. You okay? I'm okay. I'm okay. Are we all okay? Are we all safe?
He says he was stunned when 11 days later, Preddy was shot dead.
It's surreal, and it's incredibly emotional.
Trump supporters say the video shows a whole new side of the slain nurse.
Well, it shows his state of mind, an angry person who is expressing his rage. It tells you a lot about his mindset.
It does paint a different picture of who Preddy was and the kind of violent attacks that ICE and Border Patrol have to deal with.
A Preddy family lawyer is hitting back. Nothing that happened to full.
You look like you wanted to say something.
I'm just saying that what does have to do with 11 days later with the man standing there and filming? That's what I want somebody to explain that to me, how that. Because then, if he had done that and they unalived him then, that MAGA and everybody would be like, you see, they were protecting themselves because he hurt the car with his foot. So they had to come out there as big, strong men and unalive him because his foot hurt. Because his foot hurt. I want to understand how 11 days later, this man is standing there with a camera, not saying nothing to them. How they felt the need to not, and then all he did was try to help a woman. They felt the need to go over there, not arrest him now, to tackle him and pew 7 days later. So they got butthurt, right? They were upset because he kicked their car. It's premeditated. They set him up, they unalived him, and I can't wait until we go to court. I can't wait. I just can't wait to see it. But one day we're gonna find out who unalived them, the 7th one. But we're gonna find out. Maybe they're gonna be brave enough right now that they see the video and they think that their MAGA-loving brothers and sisters are so proud of them. They're gonna come out and say, "I'm the one that did it, sir. I'm the one that did it. Call me a hero."
When you look at the video, do you feel like this gentleman, I know you can't speak on people from a professional standpoint, but do you think he was mentally disturbed based on his actions?
I don't see the whole video. Thing is, I know how people react when it comes to I'll give you a story. I would love to give a story. One time I was in Brooklyn, right? And a bunch of kids was playing music outside the house. It was I believe it was around, was it Black Lives? It was in 2020. It probably was in 20. It was definitely in 2020. And they were playing music outside the house and they were cooking. And 2 police officers came and told them to stop cooking or whatever. And it was right in their front yard. It wasn't like outside in the sidewalk in the front yard. And they were like, "Why are you harassing us?" Right? And one of the people, I guess he was a community member, and he came out to talk to the police officers, right? Apparently the police officers weren't happy with him saying, you know, we're cooking within our private residence. We're not outside. You know, we're going to continue to cook. So they arrest them, right? Because they were pissed off. He happened to be somebody very important, by the way. So anyway, they arrest him. And then because the people started riling up, now they brought additional police officers. So a bunch of them. I don't know why I was there, but I was happened to be there. And all of a sudden I saw two kids like running, like they were like you could tell they were children. And you had this police officer and one of them in a white shirt, probably a lieutenant, running and try to grab them. And I stood in front of him. I'm like, yo, I said, what are you doing? And he's like, get out of my way. I'm like, no, I'm not getting out of the way. I said, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing? He's a kid. And you could see that the officer was so pissed off because he was in the moment that he was about to. I said, boy, I wish you would. I said, I wish you would. Right? And then he put his hand down and he turned around and he walked away from me. But the fact of the matter is, what if his hand had hit me and struck me? Then him and I would have been fighting on the floor because I would have decked the police officer. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't know what happened. And I had it all on video and stuff like that. I wish I could find the live. They took everything off of Twitter because I was live at the time and I used to be on live on Twitter. But this is just an example of what I'm talking about. We don't know what they did beforehand. I need to see the whole video. Did he just walk up to the car and decide to kick it, or did something happen? Now, if I got unalived that time with the police officer, right, they would have said I deserved it because I tried to stop a police officer. But I'm stopping a police officer who's a grown-ass man who was about to hurt a kid. That's not what we do. You understand what I'm saying? You don't hurt a kid. I don't know what the hell you're going to do. So I stepped in like a mom, like, what the hell? What are you doing? Like, he's a kid. You know he's a kid. What the hell are you doing? You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of us step in. We do things like that in our community because we care. We care about the world. We care about everybody else but ourselves. We put ourselves in harm's way in order to get justice. Do you understand? For others, this is who we are. Most people don't understand that because most people are selfish, egotistical brats who don't give a damn about nothing but themselves and their lives. That's it. Do you understand what I'm saying? And of course, a lot of people say mind a minute because they don't give a damn about nothing and nobody. That's why you're never going to really be successful. You ain't going to find your place in heaven. You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't care about nobody else. But there are people like me and other people who cares and don't want to see people get hurt. So what happened in the whole video? I need the whole video in order to make a statement. I can't make a statement until I know what pissed them off. But either way.
All right. Looks like you're freezing. I'm not sure what's happening here. Are you there? All right. We're going to go back to the video and give her a few minutes to work it out.
A week before could possibly have justified Alex's killing at the hands of
nurse Alex Preddy days before he was shot by two agents in Minneapolis, fueling new debate. In it, you see Preddy in a previous confrontation with ICE. Now, for the first time, we're hearing from a witness who was there.
It's the new video of Alex Preddy.
All right, so you can see he's really supercharged. He starts off by spitting and then he's kicking the vehicle. I mean, he must have kicked it some kind of hard in order for this light to fly off like this. I mean, you would imagine he would even hurt his own foot the way he's kicking this vehicle.
Preddy sparking intense debate today. It was recorded 11 days before he was shot to death, and it shows the nurse yelling expletives at ICE agents. He's also spitting at their vehicles. Then he kicks an SUV.
Now keep in mind that he's a nurse on top of all of this too. Not that it has anything to do with it, but he does serve the public in a way. So it's I would like to know like what's really going on here. What set him off to the point that he would go to this measure.
Taking the taillight. The agents jump out and swarm Preddy.
Like even he's supercharged. You could tell he's moving so aggressive. It's hard for the agent to even grab a hold of him, right?
But after a brief scuffle, they let him go. He reportedly suffered a broken rib in the confrontation. And look, there's a gun tucked inside his waistband.
You okay? You okay? I'm okay.
This angle of the confrontation was shot by Minneapolis tax attorney.
I mean, he's like a linebacker. He's going right through the crowd of the officers, right? So this is definitely not a normal type of situation.
Attorney Max Shapiro. He says he pulled out his cell phone just as Preddy was tackled.
Okay, Marshall says, good call, okay. Dom says, Christy, exactly my point. Brian says, I wouldn't want him to date my daughter. I could truly understand that. Rest in peace, but it is what it is. Africa says, justice for Renee and Alex Preddy. Okay, want justice for them. I don't think you're going to see much out of Renee, and I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I'm noticing that even at Donald Trump's administration, a lot of people are backing away. I think even Stephen Miller is kind of saying maybe these officers did not adhere to the protocol. So it might be signal, that maybe with Preddy, you might get some type of follow-up. But I don't think with Renee actually with the vehicle striking or touching the officer, I think that's going to be leeway. And I don't see much coming out of that. AI Smart City says he was a nurse. He was fired. I didn't hear the part about him being fired, but I knew he was a nurse. Kennedy Ford, thank you. You be here all the time. You should be a moderator. Kennedy says, so Charlie was killed at a peaceful protest and the agents shouldn't have stopped the guy with the gun. All right. Thank you for your comment. Always reasonable. Africa says, okay, I guess Mama Flip is back. Let me let her back in. Not sure what's going on. Let's see. All right, welcome back.
Thank you. I apologize, guys. I am at a hotel. I'm celebrating my birthday. By the way, I wanted to make sure today is my birthday, and I want to make sure that I come in and do this show because you guys, even though we disagree, you guys do mean a lot to me to be able to come here. So because I'm at a hotel, this is why it's giving us some trouble. But I'm back. So where were we?
Okay, you're already freezing again. Jonathan, feel free if you want to come up and chat. If you live right around the corner, you want to come and tell us about it, what happened, what you know. You're welcome to come on Watching the World. Yeah, you're free. You're back now. Let's see.
I'm so sorry, guys. It's because I'm at the hotel. I apologize.
All right. You could keep talking. I mean, it's just you're frozen, but keep your picture up. You're okay. Just keep moving.
Oh, okay. So hey guys. So hopefully I'll stop moving again. So yeah, I don't have anything else to say. The only thing I could say is that there's a lot of us in this world that care about each other. We will put ourselves in harm's way in order to protect each other. And there's a lot of people that don't agree with us. But at the end of the day, I want to say it again. If that day when he kicked the car and they got all upset, and they unlived him, I'm sure the MAGA supporters, I'm sure the administration would have used him kicking the car as justification of them feeling fear for himself from a kick, and they had to unalive him. But 11 days later, he wasn't doing none of that. 11 days later, thank you for saying happy birthday. 11 days later, he was holding a camera, ladies and gentlemen. He wasn't attacking them. He wasn't attacking a car. He wasn't chasing after them. He had nothing to say. So what's the justification of unalive him? You can't tell me an action because that is premeditated. That's premeditated on them. It's not premeditated on him, because if he did something, he lost his temper 3 days. You know how many people lost their temper? You know how many people? So you mean to tell me I lose my temper and 11 days later, the person I lose my temper for, they're going to unalive me? It's ridiculous. It's a stupid justification. They were wrong to unalive him, and that's it.
Okay. All right. Very good. I'm going to get back to the video, see if we can capture some more points.
You can see that I approached him while I was still taking video. In one hand, I have the video. In the other hand, I'm hugging him.
Okay? I'm okay. Are we all okay? Are we all safe?
He says he was stunned when 11 days later, Preddy was shot dead.
It's surreal, and it's incredibly emotional.
Trump supporters say the video shows a whole new side of the slain nurse.
Well, it shows his state of mind, an angry person who is expressing his rage, it tells you a lot about his mindset.
It does paint a different picture of who Preddy was and the kind of violent attacks that ICE and Border Patrol have to deal with.
A Preddy family lawyer is hitting back. Nothing that happened a full week before could possibly have justified Alex's killing at the hands of ICE on January 24th.
I don't agree with spitting on law enforcement, but his personality, his decisions are not germane to the fact that 11 days later, for a completely different altercation, he was shot 10 times after his weapon was removed from him.
And President Trump held his first cabinet meeting of the year.
What was it that got you stirred up?
It's like what she said. I said the same thing. Like, whatever his actions was, whatever he was pissed off at the time 11 days before, doesn't justify what happened 11 days later. It just doesn't. You understand? Let me tell you something. With all due respect, right? The ICE agent has done a whole lot of stuff to a whole lot of people. You understand? A lot of people may be holding a lot of grudges. So you mean to tell me at a future day when all of this over, people start going around and taking revenge on ICE, we're going to be like, what? And let's not talk about our MAGA brothers and sisters. You guys are out of hand. Y'all disrespectful. Y'all aggressive. A lot of y'all are racist. Every time you see somebody react to your racism, we're the one that's in the wrong. You live like, oh, why you getting mad because of a word? Why you getting mad because of reaction? Oh, he was wrong to hit him because he used that word, because everybody used that word. What are we talking about here? It's only okay when you guys do it, but not everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? They had no right to unalive Alex Preddy. There's no excuse. No right. Even if they did it 11 days before, I was still taking that stance. But I'm telling you now, they had no right. Go ahead.
All right.
Today, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, who's taking a lot of heat for the chaos in Minnesota, was there, but all the way at the end of the table. Meanwhile, the residents of embattled Minneapolis are embracing a new Lady Gaga recording.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
A rendition of Mr. Rogers' It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Please won't you be my neighbor?
Lady Gaga, who performed the Mr. Rogers theme for a Super Bowl ad, says it's a special song to revisit at this time.
You think the song is going to help
I think
mend the wounds?
The song is beautiful, but I said that Donald Trump decided to go after Happy Days. Do you remember the show Happy Days?
Yes.
Happy Days was mostly a white town of happy people. Of course, you had Fonzie, you had all of them. And they used to be able to leave their door open. There was limited crime there. They were just a bunch of happy, safe bunch of people, right? He went there and he brought his Gestapo over there to cause and destroy Happy Days. That's what it is. Whenever I think of, because he's mad at Tim Walsh, because Tim Walsh was the VP of Kamala Harris. I mean, that's how I see it. I'm like, when you look at Minnesota, Minneapolis, when you look at that community, it was just a bunch of like happy, pleasant people. Even the MAGAs was happy, pleasant people. Now all of a sudden he brought it all there. He's destroying Happy Days. Just like he's just, that's why Lady Gaga, I would expect her to sing the Happy Day theme than Mr. Rogers' A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, but it's the same concept. You have people who live perfectly good, happy lives, raising their kids, minding their own business. Yeah, it turned into all the family. It's turning, the ICE agent is turning it into all the family. Prior to that, it looked to me like it was Happy Days. You understand what I'm saying? Everyone, it was one of the most safest state in the country, and you have this fool coming in and destroying it. Why? Because Somalians live there? What the hell is happening in this world, man? This is horrible. Anyway, I come to say that what happened to Alex Preddy was wrong. I don't know if Lady Gaga's song is going to mend any fences. The only thing that's going to be able to mend fences is that ICE agent get out of Minnesota. They have legitimate trial, right? They bring all the Ooters, including with Renee Nicole Good and the ones that took out Alex Pretty, bring them all in, charge them, right? Let them go to trial. Who knows? They might get free, just like the Marine who unalived the mentally ill person in the subways in New York, right? They might get out like Kyle Rittenhouse. But at at the end of the day, justice has to be sought seek and given to those families. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But I do know one thing about my MAGA brothers and sisters. It's going to hit y'all in the head. It's going to hit y'all. It's going to come at y'all. I promise you. It's going to come at y'all. He's going to hit the wrong person. He's going to go to the wrong neighborhood. And you guys going to be pissed off. You guys going to be pissed off because it's not going to be just Renee. Because the thing is, beforehand, being YT was safe, right? Being YT was safe, guys. The police officers, ICE agents, and everything like that would give you guys the benefit of doubt. Even if you were carrying, if you were black and carrying, even though you're a licensed person, you were unalived. As a YT person, you could carry, you could spit, you could say whatever you want to, and you will get away with it. By what happened to Renee and Alice, it proved that you guys are not safe. Just like anybody, y'all like everybody else, you guys are not safe. And y'all don't want to listen, but marks my word, I'm telling you, Mama Flip is going to be right. Y'all going to come back and say, Mama Flip was right. Mark my words. This is not the end. They're going to take out the wrong person, and y'all going to be like, yo, damn. I promise you. Because he don't care about y'all. He don't care about y'all. You think he cares about y'all? You don't care about y'all. Y'all go ahead. Because we over here, we staying home. Most of us is staying home and minding our business. So the only people that he could come after is people that look like y'all. And that's it.
So what do you think in regards to Minnesota? Do you think they should get ICE out of the state and just let people be? Or do you think people need to go back over the borders that they came over?
Statistically, right? There's a smaller percent of immigrants in Minnesota than in Texas or in Florida. Statistically, a lot of them is either leaving the states or in hiding, or they removed a lot of these immigrants, right? The reason why we know that they're either hiding or left or they remove a lot of them is because they are now targeting Americans. They wouldn't be targeting Americans, even though ICE agents are assholes, but they wouldn't necessarily be targeting such a large amount of Americans, legitimate born United States American, if there was a large amount of immigrant population still out there. There's not. They're just doing it just because, which is ridiculous. So yeah, they need to get the hell out of there, right? If they want to keep a skeleton crew so they could work with the government, the mayor and everything, because obviously everybody's going to work with the corrupt administration because they want to behave themselves and they want to get their funding and they want to show the American people and they're following Donald Trump, including the Democrats, right? So if you have the governor and the mayor that's talking to this fool and saying, look, we are willing to work with you to get your agenda done, then the fool needs to get ICE out of there, keep a skeleton crew, and work with the governor and the mayor to get what he wants without having to unalive YT people. Why do another thing that pissed me off? Let me tell you another thing that pissed me off. 12 years I worked under the GV prevention work. And one of the things that I fought hard about as a lead for Moms and Men Action for Gun Sense in America is to stop open carry. I used to work hard to stop open carry, constitutional carry, where you need to have license, I said, because it was a danger to be walking around with pew-pews for the community, for the kids. You scaring people. There's no reason for you to have a small member and carrying a big rifle. It didn't make sense to me. I thought about you carrying a big rifle, you just feeding people ego and stuff like that. You don't got nothing going on at home. You can't get a girl, so that's why you carry a big rifle. That's my opinion. So I fought against that, right? So for me to sit back and have to fight 12 years later for a man who is actually legally carrying has also pissed me off. You see how my politics changed? I can't believe that I'm like arguing his right to carry when I spent a lot of time saying, why do you need to carry? And this is the twist that's making me crazy with the MAGA community. You guys fought all this time for your right to carry as a United States American, like constitutional carry. The government don't need to tell us nothing. The tyranny, the militia, we need to be able to hold our own. And now you're twisting yourself in pretzel to try to justify why open and carrying should not be allowed because of Donald Trump? You guys are crazy. This is crazy.
Okay. Mad Rush says Obama never did due process, no trials, or rioters to stop ICE from catching criminals. What do you think about that?
And if he did not do that, then tell me, did they openly on live on American Street under Obama administration unalive 2 white people? If so, send me the links to the story. See, that's the difference between what's happening now and what's happening then. A lot of people protest. There were people that protested under Obama when he was sending people home. There were people that was upset with him because he was sending more than 5 or whatever. But it was nothing like this. And until you could find me some ICE agents that were mentally ill, ego-driven children who can't even talk to a woman in the car or who can't even talk to somebody who owns a camera under the Biden and the Obama administration, and they had to unalive them. Until you could give me an example of that, then we don't have anything to talk about.
Wow. You know, the last couple of weeks, the president has talked about his achievements back to back every day, pretty much. And he often talks about how Joe Biden had the worst economy ever. What do you think about that? Do you think that things are getting better? They say the inflation numbers are better.
Really? I don't feel it. The light bill is still high and the gas bill is still high for me. So I don't feel it. Today, I went to dinner and I had, because I was looking, because it's my birthday, I decided to take like the 4 meal, the packet, $75, the 4 meal, how they give you the salad and the salad breakfast, the salad entree and dessert. That's what I said. The steak was 5 ounces, right? 2 meatballs, steak for 5 ounces, and a cheesecake was $75. Back in my day, it would have been $40 for a meal like that. Everything is crazy expensive. I don't have to fight and argue about it. American people know across the states is expensive. Now, if people, because they love their president, want to justify and say it's not a big deal, and that's up to y'all. But us everyday people that's living in this world and honest to yourself, saying this is a bitch of a time. Things are too expensive. We can't do too much. We can't buy too much food. You understand what I'm saying? And it is worse now than it was under the Biden administration. Because one thing a lot of people used to argue about Biden, they used to talk about a lot of things. They used to talk about his age. They used to talk about alleged conspiracy when it came to them. One thing they could not fight about was his numbers, his work numbers, inflation numbers, the fact that we were supposed to go to a recession all through his administration. That's all the media was talking about. Oh, we're about to go to recession. We're about to go to recession. And it never happened. Right? Now we're waiting to see if we're going to go to recession with this fool. We don't know. But the thing is that things are expensive. And that's it. Everyday people know that. So if it's not expensive in your neck of wood, it's definitely expensive in my neck of wood. So
yeah.
I don't No, I don't believe him. I don't believe that the inflation is manageable. You told me the other day that the stock market is up, right? And the stock market is good. The fact of the matter is the stock market had to struggle in order to bring itself back. And also, I believe the federal when they I forgot his name, the federal president, where they decreased the interest rate, how they did the adjustments. I thought that probably helped the situation also, right? But I don't know. I don't see, and then also we should always say that the stock market does not represent everyday life. They used to say that about Biden all the time. I love my MAGA brothers and sisters. I swear, MAGA brothers and sisters, I swear to God, like I'm just getting to learn the way that you guys think and twist yourselves around. Everything you guys said under the Biden administration, you guys are reversing so much. You guys are doing a 180. How many times did I hear when they used to point the stock market is up? They were like, "Oh, so that doesn't matter. The stock market is not an indicator of real life." How many times did I hear that under the Biden administration? And now not everybody, but I know Mel was like, "Oh, the stock market is good. The inflation is down." No, that's not the indicator. If it wasn't the indicator on the Biden, it can't be the indicator on the Trump. Things are expensive. People are unhappy. People are miserable, and that's where we are.
Okay. Let me ask you a question in regards to Donald Trump when they went after him because he had all those secure documents in his home. Mm-hmm. And then also you had the same occurrence that happened pretty much with Joe Biden, right?
Mm-hmm. No, it wasn't pretty much with Joe Biden. Stop equating. It wasn't pretty much with Joe Biden. Donald Trump deliberately took a bunch of files out of the White House and took it to Mar-a-Lago. He put him in bathroom. He put it in toilets. Why did this fool have these important documents in the bathroom? Lord have mercy. And he hid them, right? The FBI asked for months, please return these documents. Please return this document. Please return these documents. The reason why they went after the fool is because he refused to return the documents. That's it. When Biden found documents on that, it wouldn't surprise me if every single president of the United States had documents, one or two, or copies they're not supposed to keep. It wouldn't surprise me. That because it happened with Trump doesn't mean that I think no other president has done it. But when they found it under the Pence had documents too. He returned the documents. When they found it under Biden had a full review of whatever he had, he returned. Trump illegally stole documents and he kept them deliberately. That's the problem. It's not that he mistakenly took it. Oh, my bad, I took it. Here it is. No, the fool took it and he kept it. The rest of them didn't do that. They didn't do that. They didn't have to have an FBI raid their house and tear it apart and stuff, and they get boxes of shit. Whereas with Biden, he kept it there. Apparently, he kept it in the garage, but he had a box, so he had a couple of files. This fool had boxes of top secret. Boxes of top secret information, stuff that's not even supposed to be out. I thought this fool was supposed to release all the information. Didn't he do that? I thought we were supposed to find out what the hell he had. Because I want to know. Let me tell you something. I think the government, no matter what administration I could give y'all, I think all government hides stuff. I would like to know what the hell this was so important in those boxes that this fool had to keep. I want to know what was in those boxes. I think it was the Epstein files myself, but I could be wrong.
Wow.
I'm just saying I could be wrong. Because what else does he have that he had to keep like that? I don't know.
Right. Speaking of the Epstein files, do you think we're going to ever get those Epstein files? No?
Mm-mm. I think the MAGA communities, you guys have to continue to want it because he's not going to listen to the rest of the world, right? The only reason why we got this far is because the MAGA brothers and sisters fought for it to be released. I don't know if the MAGA brothers and sisters want to see it now that they know how comparable, whatever that word is, that Trump is in it, and stuff like that, thousands of times. There's a lot of crazy conspiracy stuff that's coming out that I don't know what's true or not. So I think our brothers and sisters don't be like, wait a minute. Yeah, it's not the Democrats that's in it. It's Papa Trump. Papa Trump is in there. We need to protect him because, like somebody wrote earlier, he is God to us. He is the savior of this world. And his sin of the past have been forgiven by Jesus Christ. So we need to protect him. That's what's happening, right? So I don't know if they're going to continue to push it. I don't know if they're going to continue to push it, but they have to continue to push it for them to release. At the end of the day, they slow walking it, but we're going to see what's going to happen. We're going to see what's happening. And Richie, like I said, he's not a vampire. I've been saying this for a long time. I'm going to say it here. I don't know how many times I have to say it. Donald Trump is not a vampire. He's not. You know, my mom and I was having a conversation the other day, and he was like, well, the reason why he's doing all of this is to get money for his children. I was dying. I died till I almost pee on myself. I said, say what? He's like, oh, he's doing all this and stealing all the money and working so he could keep it for his kids. I said, which kid? Don Jr. and Eric? He don't like them. Come on, Mom. I said, stop playing with me. Maybe Brandon, maybe, possibly he might be saving it because that's the one that looked like him, even though he has the same mental. There's a lot of mental situation they talk about him in New York. I don't know personally, but there's a lot of scary stories about Brandon in New York. I'm just letting y'all know. Research it, look it up, talk to his nannies. I'm just saying. I said, maybe he's trying to save money for Brandon. Maybe, definitely not Melania. Maybe but not Ivanka, because Ivanka, who is his favorite, by the way, she's married to this fool that's a billionaire, Jared. I say, I think what he's doing, he's trying to raise as much money so he could freeze himself, right? He's going to freeze himself so he hopes that they bring him back years later.
Wow.
Or they clone him. Whatever he's doing is for himself, him and himself. He don't give a damn about anybody else. My mom had me dying when she's like, he's trying to save money for his future. I said, he probably built monuments with his name all over it. I said, the only way we're going to know is when he on the live, we could see his will and see who he leave his money to. But even my mom is funny about that. This man don't care about nobody but himself. So, yeah.
All right. Very good. Well, tomorrow morning is court for Luigi Mangione at the federal courthouse.
Yeah, I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be over here. So I'm not going to be able to see it and stuff like that. And don't forget, we have to speak to the Venezuela people before we leave. Don't forget, we want to talk about it.
Right.
But yeah, but I can't wait to see what happened, to see what the federal government is going to do, if she's going to allow the bag to stay, and if she's going to continue with the unlivement rule. We're going to see tomorrow, I guess, what her rule is. I think she should. She in the state, I said it over and over again, they should not keep the bag. They illegally violated his civil rights. They didn't read him his Miranda right. They searched his bag without the Miranda rights. All of these evidence that they did prior to the Miranda rights should be thrown out. That's just my opinion. They have other evidence. They don't need that. You know what I'm saying? That they could still continue with the case, but I think it should drop. But we'll see. I think the judges are going to try very, very hard to keep as much evidence as possible. You know, I think, in my opinion. So I wouldn't be surprised if they figure out a way to wrap themselves around the Constitution to try to keep the bags and stuff like that. But I think all of that stuff should be thrown out, in my opinion.
Okay, so let's get to Maduro. What were your thoughts when you went to court in regards to Maduro?
First of all, I was really pissed off. I already talked about it. I don't need to talk about it. I was very angry with the fact that Papa Trump, to the MAGAs, went down there, had his military pick up an active president. I don't care if he was not legally voted on and stuff like that. That is his people right to say whatever they're going to say. You understand what I'm saying? When he went there, he napped an actual labeled, I'll say labeled because a lot of people say he wasn't voted in, labeled president of a country and brought him here. I thought it was napping. I thought it was illegal. I thought it was out of line. I thought it was outrageous. And I also said that he moved the bar now for other people to do that to other leaders. There's supposed to be a sovereignty where you don't touch a leader of a country. Everybody knows that. It's part of the United Nations Pact. But he did that, right? So a lot of people was coming back and was like, oh, the Venezuelan people care. It was happy, blah, blah, blah. When I went to court, I saw two guys, and I interviewed one of them. I actually interviewed two of them. You could go on my channel, and I saw a few, not a few, about maybe 10 Venezuelans there that was celebrating that they had him, and everybody else was MAGA supporters, was Trump supporters, hyping it up, right? And I said, I looked around, and one of the things I found interesting, and I think I told you that, Mel, is that when I spoke to the people that was there, the ones that were happy, I asked them about Trump, and no one, except for this one short guy who said he was part of a non-for-profit, no one would thank Trump. All they kept on saying was like, oh, we're just happy that it happened, but we don't want to talk about your administration. We don't want to talk about the government in the United States. We don't want to, it's none of our business. I'm like, really? It was so weird to me that they weren't thanking him. But afterwards, when I started looking at social media and stuff like that, Donald Trump went on to social. Everybody was like, oh, the vice president was very happy that they took Maduro out. I'm like, looking at social media, that didn't ring true to me. It just didn't ring true. I'm like, why would she be happy unless she worked with you? And there was no proof that she worked with the Trump administration. Unless she worked with you to take him out so she could take that position, why would she be happy? Turn around that she wasn't. Turn around that after she was elected, she kept on asking for him to be returned, right? And then they were like, oh, she was just doing that because she doesn't want Maduro to know that she was working with the Donald Trump. And as time went by, you started seeing people protesting more and more. Now, other people was like, oh, no, the reason why they protesting is because they're celebrating. I'm like, that don't look like celebration to me. I think the American Venezuelans that live in America are celebrating more than over there, right? And it makes sense to me because the fact is, you don't want nobody coming and taking nothing that's yours. I have distinct dislike, if not border on hatred for Donald Trump. I don't hate him because I don't know him. I just say hate just to piss people off, but I have a distinct dislike of him, of the stuff that he did. And every once in a while, I have these crazy thoughts, but at the end of the day, I don't want another leader to come to my country and take any of my leaders out of my country illegally. I don't want that because this is my bad guy, and that's what a lot of them are saying. They want him to come back home, give us our guy, so he could go to trial here for whatever he did. He is our guy. How dare you come and get one of our people? And I feel the same way about the current administration. This is why I'm so pissed off that he did that. I said, because now anybody could come and take him out. They could come in, he could travel anywhere and they could take him. And what are we going to say? Oh, my bad. Give him back. Why did you do that? We can't say nothing because he's the one that did it first. You understand what I'm saying? So of course, I think the Venezuelan people want their guy back, even if they have to send him to, go to trial with him. I don't think they like the fact that this cray of a president decided they're just going to pick up one of their leaders. That's not how it works. Countries care about the sovereignty. They care about the justice system. They care about their leaders. You don't do that. It's not something that you do. So to my Venezuelan brothers and sisters, if you guys are happy that it happened, because a lot of people was like, oh, why can't you be happy for the Venezuelan people? They got rid of a bad guy. I'm like, no, because he just moved it too far. Like, no one now is safe. I'm not happy about that. If they're happy, good, but it was a bad thing. So it's good to see that, again, I'm happy for the people who's happy, but it's good to see that people start paying attention to actually what's going on in Venezuela. And Venezuela's like, yo, you can't come in and take our leader. What the hell is wrong with you? You crazy? So hopefully, I'm foaming in the mouth. Thank you. Hopefully, they figure it out. They get him back, and then after that, he could go through trial in their country and then see what happened, So to the Venezuelan people, I hope everything works out across the board for you guys. I don't know, with this administration, we might just have to wait. We're just gonna have to wait until we see what happened to him in order to see, whatever justice happened, So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And it's nice for you to come on your birthday. Happy birthday to you again.
John, I had steak today, not pork chop, but thank you for saying that. There's a bunch of assholes on this chat. That's okay, but you don't have the funny thing about you guys is that I'm an adult who's adulting. So a lot of stuff that you say don't insult me. I'm good with it. In fact, I find you to be very funny. You understand? And Tyrone, your mom. All right, go ahead now. Sorry.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you very much for coming on. I hope you enjoy the rest of your birthday.
Yes. I am going to enjoy it, guys. For all the haters and supporters, if you would like to send me a birthday celebration thing, you can send it to Venmo and Mama Flip Slots. Also, you could join us all weekend. Thank you so much for the happy birthday. You could join us all weekend on YT and Mama Flip Slots channel. We're going to be playing. You could see me. You could see the casino take all, so you guys can enjoy my suffering. You can see the casino take all my coins. So yeah, so send me some super chats and stuff like that. Show me some love and stuff like that. But Mel, thank you for coming. I actually took time off of my birthday to come here and talk to y'all. So I'm just saying.
Right. Thank you very much. Yeah, make sure you support it. Make sure you put, can you type it in the chat so people can send you something if they choose to do so? Maybe you can.
Please do. Especially the ones that's calling me, that's saying that I eat a lot of pork chop and that I'm unintelligent and stuff like that. Hey, send me some Venmo. Send me some Venmo, man. Insulting. Yeah.
All right. Thank
you.
Wait a minute,
did we see Stella? I haven't seen Stella. Is she all right?
Yeah, she's there.
Oh my God, Stella! Hi, my love.
Yeah,
how you doing? I didn't see you to say hi to you. You have some amazing. Here we go. You have some amazing mods. Hey, Stella. Hope everything is going good. Hey.
Okay, so
there you are. Hey, Stella.
So there's her Venmo. If someone would like to send her something for her birthday, thank you very much. But until next time, thank you. Would you like to close with some departing words?
Yes. I want to say the same thing that I always say. MAGA brothers and sisters, I see y'all. I disagree 100% with y'all, maybe 95% on a good day. But I see y'all. I see the struggles that you guys are going through. I want you guys to pay attention to other people. Pay attention to what's really happening in the real world. And maybe you guys could see things from the other side. Okay? People are not happy with what's going on right now. People are hurt right now. Just pay attention. Just like I'm paying attention to y'all, pay attention. Other than that, I hope everybody has a great week. Be safe. I hear there's another thunderstorm that's coming. Please be safe and stuff like that. And just, thank you for having me. I will see you guys, God willing, next week. Hopefully there's no more unaliving protesters or other people from ICE, and we just gonna have a quiet week. Please, can we just have one quiet week? But thank you. Thank you for listening to me, in my opinion.
All right. And so tomorrow I'll be in court, federal court in New York City for Luigi Mangione, reporting live, boots on the ground. We'll see you there. There won't be any news at noon, but I will be reporting on the case. Thank you and have a good night. Thanks.
Good night, everybody.
Happy birthday.
Different voices, but the same song. Building a world where we all belong. Kindness leading the way, breaking the chains. In the symphony of love, the thing remains. Embracing diversity, brighter days in sight.